In this brief presentation, I'm going to talk about which hormones control energy metabolism in the body and how you can use that information to help your clients reach their goals. Energy can neither be created nor destroyed. It is merely transferred. A calorie is a measure of unit of energy. A calorie is the amount of energy it takes to elevate the temperature of 1 liter of water by 1 degree centigrade. So when you see that a piece of food has 100 calories, it can provide 100 calories worth of energy. When you digest the food, your body now has that energy and has two options. You can either store that energy as fat to be used at a later time, or convert the food into ATP, adenosine triphosphate, to use for muscular energy or use for cellular energy. And there are two types of energy in the body. There's chemical energy from the food you eat, and then there's mechanical energy. Mechanical energy comes from the elastic recoil from fascia and elastic connective tissues. And there are specific hormones which help metabolize fats and carbohydrates into the energy that keeps the human body moving. Hormones control how all cells function. Certain glands will produce specific hormones. A hormone will not act on a cell unless there are receptor sites on that cell. Hormones could be the reason why these two images on your screen look so different. There could be another number of other factors as well, but hormones can regulate how much energy your body stores, i.e. fat. Hormones can also regulate the amount of muscle that your body grows. If you understand how exercise influences the hormones available in the body, that's information that you can use to make sure that you can be the best resource possible for your clients. So let's look at the hormones involved in metabolism. These include cortisol, insulin, glucagon, epinephrine and norepinephrine, ghrelin, and leptin. All these hormones are influenced by exercise and lifestyle habits like sleep and nutrition. First, let's take a look at the hunger hormones of ghrelin and leptin. Ghrelin stimulates hunger. Leptin turns that hunger signal off. One way that you can remember this is ghrelin has an H in it, H for hunger. So ghrelin causes the body to want to eat, and leptin is produced when the body says, oh, I'm full, it's time to stop eating. Now what happens when people eat too fast, they do not allow the body to produce leptin to send that signal to say, hey, it's time to stop eating. So one thing that we can do with our clients is encourage them to chew their food and to take longer when they eat. It allows the food to digest, and more importantly, it allows the body to produce leptin and allow that signal to be received by the brain to say, you know what, we don't need any more food, it's time to stop eating. The hormones that help regulate blood glucose are insulin and glucagon. Insulin promotes storage of glucose into muscle cells in the liver. Glucagon will stimulate the release of glycogen or glucose. Glucose is stored as glycogen in the liver and muscle cells. In the bloodstream is glucose. When it's in the liver and muscle cells, it's glycogen. Glucagon will stimulate the release of glycogen to be converted to glucose to be transported to cells to use as energy. Insulin will promote the storage of glucose into the cells. When you hear the term insulin sensitivity, that means cells have enough receptors for insulin to function properly. When you hear the term insulin resistance, that means cells lack the receptors so that insulin cannot do its job of efficiently promoting storage of carbohydrate. Insulin resistance is a precursor to developing full-on type 2 onset diabetes. What we can do with our clients, if our clients do strength training will promote insulin sensitivity because strength training uses the type 2 muscle fibers, and type 2 muscle fibers primarily use carbohydrate or glycogen for energy metabolism. So doing strength training and higher intensity exercise like high intensity interval training can help promote insulin sensitivity so our clients' bodies function more efficiently to convert carbohydrate into fuel. Next, let's look at the energy hormones: cortisol, epinephrine, and norepinephrine. Cortisol is a very important hormone and it's produced by stress. Now, it doesn't matter whether the stress comes from emotion, it doesn't matter whether the stress comes from work, it doesn't matter whether it's physical stress that comes at the gym. The body interprets each of those signals the same as stress. And when your body senses stress, it elevates levels of cortisol. The role of cortisol is to release free fatty acids into the bloodstream for energy production. Now also cortisol will inhibit protein synthesis. Here's something very important: overtraining, doing too much exercise. Exercising for too long without taking some type of carbohydrate drink or some type of carbohydrate snack can elevate levels of cortisol. When cortisol is elevated and there's not enough blood glucose available for energy, cortisol can convert protein and amino acids into ATP. That's called gluconeogenesis. So cortisol is good because it can help stimulate the release of free fatty acids for energy. However, too much exercise or exercise for too long without available energy in the bloodstream, cortisol can function against your body by inhibiting protein synthesis and converting available amino acids or available proteins into ATP for energy. The next energy hormones are epinephrine and norepinephrine. Because they're produced by the adrenal gland and help elevate energy, they're commonly called adrenaline. They both help increase heart rate. They both help increase glucose metabolism. Norepinephrine is a neurotransmitter. It's also a hormone that functions as a neurotransmitter. Norepinephrine can facilitate nerve signals. That's what we need when we start exercising. Our body will elevate levels of epinephrine and norepinephrine to make energy more available and also to get those muscles ready to do more work. The other thing the norepinephrine does is constricts, it tightens blood vessels to elevate blood pressure, which is necessary during exercise. Finally, lifestyle habits. This is what we can influence. If you're a personal trainer, if you're a health coach, if you're a group fitness instructor, you can help your clients practice healthier lifestyle habits. Number one, understand that too much exercise can elevate levels of cortisol and epinephrine. There's something called adrenal fatigue. There's an article written, I wrote an article in ACE Certified a couple years ago on this. If you do a little search on adrenal fatigue and recovery, you can find out a little more information on that. But too much exercise can lead to overproduction of those energy hormones, cortisol, epinephrine, and norepinephrine, and lead to adrenal fatigue. So it's very important that your clients understand the importance of alternating between high intensity exercise days and lower intensity exercise days. That type of undulating periodization of alternating between hard workouts and easier workouts can help lower overall levels of those hormones. Another thing is just paying attention to overall stress. If your client has a very stressful job, maybe helping them learn how to meditate. Maybe have them take some gentle yoga classes where they focus on breathing. Breathing is very important for controlling stress. These are things that we can help clients do. Practice healthier lifestyle habits like exercising on a regular basis and moderating or alternating between higher intensity and lower intensity exercise. Not every workout needs to be high intensity. According to the research, 2, maybe 4 workouts a week of high intensity are all that's needed. The other workouts should be low to moderate intensity. That's very important to help your clients understand that not every workout has to cause discomfort or be to the point of being out of breath. So yes, exercise is good, but too much exercise could overstress the body, lead to overtraining, which could cause injury and could cause illness. Healthy nutrition is key. Healthy nutrition can help regulate levels of these hormones. Finally, sleep. Sleep is very important. In studies conducted on people that work the third shift, that means they work all night long and sleep during the day, people that work third shift hours produce more ghrelin and they produce less leptin. That means when they do eat, they tend to overeat because their body senses it needs more energy to be able to support its off schedule. Leptin tells hunger to stop eating. Ghrelin stimulates hunger. If people don't get good sleep, it could throw levels of those hormones off and cause them to overeat. And earlier, as I mentioned, helping clients learn how to slow down when they eat, slow down, chew their bites, allow their food to digest, that'll allow enough time for leptin to travel to the brain and say, hey, you know what, we've had enough. We don't need to eat anymore. So these are some very simple things you can do to learn more about these hormones. Read the article on ACE Certified and understand that the exercise habits you can help your clients practice, lifestyle habits like good nutrition and good sleep, all that can control which hormones are produced in the body, how the body functions, which are both essential for helping your clients get the results they want.